poppin', y'all? It's Jay, you feel me? Back with another little video for y'all. Today I'm actually gonna be touching on self-care, self-love, because it's a very overlooked subject and it's highly important. Growing up, I kind of neglected my self-care and my self-prioritization, right? Because it just wasn't something that was necessarily taught, right? I didn't see, my parents or anybody else going to the gym, making sure every time they step out the house, they on their 10, implementing self-care and skin routines and stuff like that. Even though, it was always an option, it just wasn't something that was taught and cultivated. And I started teaching myself it. And I noticed how much of an impact it has on things like confidence levels and performance. When you feel good, you look good, when you think good, you operate good, you achieve good. It's the whole dynamic in which you operate life changes. However, there's a twist, when we start talking about spirituality and other, religious practices, we tend to equate love to a practice of self, right? We tend to equate it to you need to love yourself, find that love within and blah, 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 before you can love other people. However, the true essence of love and the true vibration of love is selfless. You don't have to love yourself in order to love somebody else, because love is never about you. Love is about that other person and accepting that person for how they are, what they're doing, just whatever the case may be. I wrote down in my journal, I was like, if somebody can disrespect you, hurt you, or do anything like that, and it causes you to retract your love, you never loved that entity in the first place. You simply just had an attachment to it, which changes the whole dynamic in which you interact with people. That term unconditional love starts to actually, manifest, and you start seeing how it happens. Now, I hope I get a lucky woman, and I hope you guys get a lucky woman who you guys can share that unconditional love with. But for a lot of people, the only times you guys get that unconditional love is from your mother. And that's why men typically have a very strong attachment to their mother, because that's usually the only person in their life who is going to show that level of unconditional love. It don't matter what you do, I'm still gonna take care of you, I'm still gonna love you, I'm still gonna be there for you. That's an exhibit of unconditional love. So, of course, you can apply that statement, or you can apply that, headspace to your own life, accept yourself as you are and allow yourself to grow, make mistakes, etc. But if we just lived in a world where everybody was just focused on loving themselves, nobody would love each other. So I'm gonna read you guys this journal entry. Y'all know I'm a big writer. Oftentimes, a youthful mind will view success as an overnight endeavor. While to the public, this may seem to be true. It was the accumulation of small wins behind closed doors. You see, these small wins are waking up, self-care, and building discipline through spiritual faith. The stronger your connection to God, the quicker your goals begin to unfold. I say this because God typically sends signs throughout our everyday life experiences, whether it's on a license plate, billboard, somebody calling you, just a random thought you have. You get signs all day long. And those signs are typically in alignment with your higher self, what you're actually meant to be doing and experiencing. It's just simply bringing awareness to it. It's funny, I have this poem. It says, angel numbers are real when you allow yourself to feel. God always reveals. But I know that's a pretty large pill. Because, some people don't like angel numbers and stuff like that, which is okay. Not for everybody. But when you actually acknowledge it and you experience it, you see there's really no harm. It's usually very beneficial. Just different type of spiritual practices, Now, the only challenge she puts on her children is to heal. Without healing, you wouldn't be able to hear her voice, which is so true. When you have all those emotional blockages and stuff like that in your way, and there's just things dictating your energy, it clouds your vision in a way where you aren't even receptive to the ideas that you have, your own creativity, your own direction, your own vision, because you've allowed just so much negativity and low frequency things to just, you feel me, just dominate you. You gotta get that off you. Crazy enough, there's certain doors in you guys' lives, and I'm pretty sure in my life as well, that are delayed and haven't opened solely because we're failing to heal other areas of our life. I've noticed this pattern. Whenever I heal something, whenever I truly bring acknowledgement to something and address it, other areas of my life seems to start falling into alignment as well. It's like this big ass ripple effect, because it's all one big picture. You can't neglect one part of the picture and think that the overall picture is going to be balanced. You have to balance the whole picture. Man, start unpacking your childhood traumas and truly coming into a sense of self so you can move forward, let go. The past is the past, future's the future. Right now is right now. So the second part to this that I actually want to talk on is stepping out of your comfort zone, truly believing in yourself. When you start to believe in yourself, you realize how easy certain things are. You realize how you were putting blockages in your way where blockages had no reason to be there, or necessarily no, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no reason to be there, you know? And it's crazy because stepping out of your comfort zone sometimes it's like forcing yourself into action, right? When you have an idea, when you feel like something's a good idea, you just want to try it. Sometimes these birds just started going crazy above me, yo. That's crazy. But yeah, sometimes when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you literally have to push yourself into what you're doing. You have to prove to yourself that you can do it. If you told yourself in the back of your head, you wrote it down, you set the goal, like, hey, this is something I would really like to do. Sometimes you have to force yourself to do it. And in the process of you forcing yourself to do it, you fall into this flow of like, oh my God, this was easier than I thought. Oh my God, I can do this. Oh my God, it's possible. Those type of thoughts start coming after you've took action, after you've pushed yourself forward a little bit and allowed yourself to grow and experience. You guys can't be afraid of experiences because that's really all it is. It's the same thing when we start talking about women and girls and stuff like that, If you're scared to talk to them or you're scared to interact with them, you're simply just scared of the experience. You're not scared of them, because if you were scared of them, you wouldn't want to talk to them, right? But the reason you want to talk to them is because nothing about these people, these experiences or anything is scary. It's the idea of that experience and it's crazy too, because on the other side of scary experiences is usually wisdom, is usually some type of knowledge. And it doesn't always have to be some type of bad experience. Just you taking a leap of faith can show you so much about self that is unbelievable. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like these last 24 hours, I just feel like I've been getting out of my way so much, Like I started going really heavy into the short form content. I started making better YouTube videos. I started editing, some films and some movies. Like my productivity has just been skyrocketing because I've been getting out of my way. I stopped telling myself, oh, this is hard, I can't do this. Instead, let's figure it out. Let's find out a way. How can we make this possible? Because there's always a way to make something happen.